welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Beth and this is Beth's Bookish Reviews, and I'm here today to do a book haul. The first book I'm going to show you was one I purchased from Anne from In Search of Wonder. It's for next year. It's for her Reading the Classics Challenge 1776 edition. So it is her journal. It's the big one because I write really big. Anyway, I just had to have it because I have difficulty settling on my window is open and the boys are outside. Boys is in like my four-legged fur babies. Anyway, she gives like the books, she gives recommendations, and so like in January the books that for instance, I will link her down below. A 5-star prediction is what January is. And then she links the ones that have 4-star ratings on Goodreads. And then for July, red, white, and blue on the cover. She says red, white, and or blue on the cover. So then she gives, she hasn't read them, but they have, she does have editions of them on her shelf with red, white, and or blue on the cover. So I just thought that was interesting, and she did send a little bookmark. So hey, I gotta support my booktubers. So that was purchased from her Etsy. Okay, so then I went to a used bookstore. It's called Books by the Pound here, just a few miles from my house, and I went in to check the classics, but I have been reading this series, and this month in November I will read the third one, and I don't have the fourth one for December, but I do now. I have Winter Solstice by Ellen Hildebrand, and this will be the conclusion to the Winter Street series, the Quinn family saga. So I was very excited to get this one. Just knocked myself in the head with it, and I only paid $5. It is a hardback book. I think I paid at least that much for the paperbacks, probably more than that. I'm just taking the sticker off, but this is about the Quinn family. I was just excited to get it, and it is the Target edition. So I also bought an author that I really enjoy reading. He has thrillers and suspense with some historical fiction, I believe, in the mix. That one didn't come off so good, but his main series is Cork O'Connor. So I got Fox Creek, and I'm trying to get the sticker off. So it says, the ancient Ojibwe healer Henry Malloy has had a vision of his death. As he walks the North Woods in solitude, he tries to prepare himself peacefully for the end of his long life. But peace is destined to elude him as hunters enter the woods seeking a woman named Dolores Morisseau, a stranger who had come to Henry for shelter and the gift of his wisdom. Malloy guides this stranger and his great niece, Cork O'Connor's wife, to safety deep inside the Boundary Waters, his home for more than a century. On the last journey he may ever take into this beloved land, Malloy must do his best to outwit the deadly mercenaries who follow. Meanwhile, in Aurora, Cork works feverishly to identify the hunters and the reason for their relentless pursuit, but he has little to go on. In desperation, Cork begins tracking the killers, but his own skills in the wild are severely tested by a late-season snowstorm. He knows only too well that with each passing hour, time is running out. His fiercest enemy in this deadly game of cat and mouse may be his own deep self-doubt about his abilities to save those he loves. And I just love William Kent Kruger's writing. And again, it was only $5. I was very particular about what I was going in there to find or to buy. And I ended up with 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 books. I told my husband 12, but 11 was, let's see, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, yeah, 11. So, boy, that book is really heavy. And then I picked up an Agatha Christie Lost Classics Omnibus, Murder at the Manor. It's an exclusive 2-in-1 large print edition, contains both mind-bending bafflers that represent the inimitable Queen of Mystery at the top of her splendid game. It's got Crooked House. Let me see. It's got Crooked House and Ordeal by Innocence. If I had looked, but I was kind of in a hurry. My husband was in the car. But I don't think I have Ordeal by Innocence. So I am glad I got it for that. But I do love Agatha Christie, and I'm really not sad I bought it. It's $5. And, you know, if I find that I have both of those books, I can always, you know, pass it on to someone else. Then I picked up P.D. James' Murder Room. The Dupain, a small private museum on the edge of London's Hampstead Heath, devoted to the interwar years 1919 to 39, is in turmoil. The trustees, the 3 children of the museum founder, old Max Dupain, are bitterly at odds over whether it should be closed. Then one of them is brutally murdered, and what seemed to be no more than a family dispute erupts into horror. For even as Commander Adam Dalgleish and his team investigate the first killing, a second corpse is discovered. Clearly, someone at the Dupain is prepared to kill and kill again. The case is fraught with danger and complexity from the outset, not least because of the range of possible suspects and victims. And still more sinister, the murders appear to echo the notorious crimes of the past, featured in one of the museum's most popular galleries, the Murder Room. So I really like Adam Dalgleish, and as a detective, so P.D. James writes him very well. I like P.D. James's writing. I've read a couple of books by him. I've seen a couple of the shows that they've made of it. So now for the next stack, this is a classic. I started to say, did I pay $8 for that? But no. Okay, P.D. James was $5. This one was only $4. I think it was because it was a paperback. But this is Phyllis Wheatley's Complete Writings. And it says, destined to become the first published woman of African descent. I don't know if I read that the way it was supposed to be read. The way it was worded. Destined to become the first published woman of African descent, Phyllis Wheatley was born around 1753. She was taken by the slave ship Phyllis to Boston in 1761 and bought by John and Susanna Wheatley. The Wheatleys provided her with an education that was unusual for a woman of the time and astonishing for a slave. Phyllis published her first poem in 1767, around the age of 14, and won much public attention and considerable international fame before she was 20 years old. So, the next one I've heard quite a bit about this year on BookTube. A lot of it from one in particular, I believe his name is, yes, Randy Ray. And his channel name is Literate Texan. It was the first time I'd heard about this book by John Steinbeck. I'd heard of Grapes of Wrath, and I'd heard of East of Eden and of Mice and Men, but this was the first time that, sorry, I'm going to bring the camera down just a bit. This was the first time that I had heard of Travels with Charlie by John Steinbeck, and that doesn't mean that nobody was talking about it. It was just the first time that I had heard about it is when Randy Ray was talking about it and I was watching one of his videos. So it says, in September 1960, John Steinbeck and his poodle Charlie embarked on a journey across America. And so I guess it's just, a nonfiction book. So he made it sound really good, and so I picked it up because I found it. It was $4. I found it over there, and I was very interested in it. And since I found it over there, used, and yeah. This one I have in a bind up, but the bind up is so heavy. And so I did pay $5 for this one, and it is a paperback, but this is The Hound of Baskervilles by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. I'm sure we know what this is about. This one was $4. I have another one by this author. I have yet to read it, but it is on my DIY literature degree. I don't know if this one is or the other one is. And this could be the very same one that is on my shelf. No, I think Death Comes to the Bishop is on my shelf. But it's O Pioneers by Willa Cather. That one may be on my shelf. So these next 3 books I've been looking at for quite some time. This one that I'm fixing to show you is a fairly recent purchase, which is why it costs a little more. This one was $8, and I have no qualms about spending that much money for this book. It is a large print, but it is James by Percival Everett, and it is told from James's perspective in Huckleberry Finn, from Huckleberry Finn. So it is said to be really, really good. The next one, I do not know if this one, I've heard it's good. It's a national bestseller. I've got sticker residue on all these books, but it's by Ian McEwan, and it's Atonement, and I've heard that it's really good. And this was a nice book. Somebody took care of this, and it's got a ribbon in it. But yeah, I'm glad I got this one, and it was only $5. And the last one, I have one of these, but I don't have this one. I have something portrait. There's a series, obviously, and this is the last one. This one is Oprah's, one of Oprah's book club books, but it's Isabel Allende, Daughter of Fortune. I don't know if that's how you pronounce her name, but and it's got the deckled edges. I like the deckled edges. But we'll see. Anyway, that's my book haul. I'm going to, this is going to be on, well, no, I'm not going to say this is going to be up with some others, because I think I'm just going to put this one up by itself. So if you enjoyed this book haul, please give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.